for being here, and we appreciate your investment into our students and helping them learn to be more professional. This is Jefferson Leal. I'll let him introduce him and his project from this point forward.
Well, hello, my name is Jefferson. So today I'll be talking about my senior project. It's about a company called JL Auto Parts. My senior project consists in building and run a website as part of the startup auto parts business that my family is trying to implement in Venezuela. I wanted to build a website in which customers can obtain information about the products and services that JL Auto Parts offers. My purpose of this project was to learn more about web development, like new tools, new methods to create web pages, and also like new software. The first part in creating my website consisted of collecting as much information as possible to know what I wanted for my website. The information was obtained by performing these four main questions. What is the purpose of my website? What are the goals of my website? Who is the target audience that I'm trying to reach? And also, what kind of information is my target audience looking for? The process to collect information was whereas I could collect this information by looking at the sites I currently use, also the size of my competitors. I think this was a good idea because I can compare what I'm doing with my competition, and also like the comments of my family, friends, and colleagues. After information was gathered, it allowed me enormously when planning my website. Something that I want to tell you before to start, like how I designed it on my senior proposal, like the senior project proposal that I did like this last year. I wanted to like implement a shopping cart on my website, so where like when the customers get into the website, they can buy the replacement part from the website already, and we can send it to their home. But for some reasons that my country is currently right now, I couldn't do it because it's really difficult to make this part, like the legal process in Venezuela. Sorry, the legal process in Venezuela. So there's a webpage that like Venezuelan people don't trust too much to buy online. So this is this is something that I thought a lot. So there is like literally just one page, one website that people trust in Venezuela to buy online. This is like the Amazon of Venezuela. It's called Mercado Libre. It's like freemarket.com. So people can create their account, they can sell like whatever they want. And also like companies, like legal companies have their account too. So they sell their products by that page. After I gathered the information, this is like, doesn't show the lines. I think it's view the resolution. This is how like the wireframe of my website. A wireframe is like a schema or blueprint, like from scratch, just to think like how was the design of my web page. So the main page is a home page, and it will have two static page, and most of them are gonna be dynamic page. The difference between this is like static page just contain information, they are not functional. And the dynamic page, you can do like work more with like dynamic page, like do more stuff. So it will be like three tabs: the contact, the products, and the about us. The products, when like after you click products web page, it's gonna show you the brands that we have. For example, Chevrolet, Ford, Jeep. So for example, if your car is I don't know, a Ford Focus, you click on the Ford logo. So then it's gonna show you the cars we have for the Ford brand. For example, Ford Fiesta, Ford Focus, Ford Fusion. So you click then on the car you're looking for. In this case, will be like Ford Focus, and it's gonna show you the products that we have for that car. So this is how I design like the layout of my homepage. After I did the wireframe and I knew what I wanted for my website, the next step on my project was to find a domain name and a host for my company and my website. I decided to call www.jlautoparts.com.be. I wanted just without the BE, but it was already taken by someone, so I couldn't buy it. And so I added the .be, but with like American company, it was not cheap at all, because they have to work like with a .be extension. So I don't know why, but it was a lot of money. It was expensive. So I started to looking for hosting companies in Venezuela, and I found this one. It's called eHosting. It was cheaper because with the .be extension, like they work better with that extension. So I buy the services of them. They come with a different package and services. One of them is called Control Panel. That is like where you can manage your website, the file manager, all the files, or also like the emails of the company. If someone wants to have an email with the extension of the company, you can assign to the employees of your company. So after I bought, I already have my host and my domain. I had to decide what development platform and content management system I could use to build my website. Nowadays there are like content management systems that are, if you have a little bit of knowledge about like how to create a website, it's pretty easy for you like to create it, because it's nothing like coding. It's just click and drag, and the software does everything for you at the background, creating all the files and all the codes. So as this is a senior project and the student is supposed to learn something that he hasn't learned yet, I wanted to take the challenge to build a website from like the scratch, just using CLI, that is a terminal of my computer, and a text editor. So I decided to use it with Angular 2. Angular 2 is a TypeScript-based open source front-end web application platform led by the Angular team at Google. Angular applications are made up of components. I'll show you later how is this. A component is a combination of an HTML template and a component class that controls a portion of the screen. So like to create like a web application in Angular, you just create components and components. So when you add those components, it was create the web page. Yes. So I install the software on my computer, just using the terminal with different commands. After I download the Angular 2, I had to download another software. It's called Node.js. It downloads like a bunch of files that make you like the things easier for you, because this software it works with JavaScript. So I start with the home page. So I create like a component. It's called home, and I started to put like the information. I didn't know like too much how to work, so I had to like watch a lot of tutorial videos even before to start creating the home page. I did another like web application just to see like how it works, how was the file structure, to understand it, because every software have a different file structure. So I had to understand it if I wanted to work if I want to work well with this software. So after working with the first company that it was called like a homepage, I just put the logo. Also I created the logo in Photoshop. So I just put some information here, nothing like any design, just information, see how it works. And it was in my local host, like it was just only on my computer. I was working just in my computer. The second I did, it was to create the nav bar, or like the menu bar. I watched a lot of videos too, because I had a little bit struggle with this, but at the end I was able to do it. It had a search and like the logo, and the first tab, that is the only one that I had at the moment. It's called home. So in Spanish is inicio. The info here is just talk like the mission, a vision of the company, like what we're looking for, what we want to do like in the future. The second component I made is called About Us. It also talks like the vision, like in a short stage and medium stage and large stage. Like we want to expand our business. Also like the values and the projects that we have. Then later I made the footer. Oh, so I forgot to say it. The navigation bar and the footer are components too, and these components are dynamic, and I have to put it like in a folder that is it's called like a shared folder, because this folder connects with every web page, like every page of the web page of the website. So if, for example, I'm the home page, it's gonna appear the navigation bar and the footer. If I'm in the replacement bar, so like in the brands, it's gonna appear always. So like every component is gonna connect to those components too. In the footer, I decided to put like the contact web page already. It's like a map of where is our physical store located in Venezuela. Also like our contact, our address, phone, emails, and our social media. So after that, I started to create what is like the brands part. It's called Marcas. This is like just one of the brands that I made. It's a Chevrolet, and I started to add in like some cars of the brands that would sell. I put the images, nothing like look so good, it's just want the information, and then like start designing like more the design of the web page. And after I create the whole like the cars for each brand, I started to create components too. Those are dynamic components for like the replacement parts that we have for each car. So I put like some information about the replacement part, the price, and it's gonna send you to the link of where we have it in the Mercado Libre, that is where we sell the replacement part. So if people want to buy it, it's just gonna click and it's gonna send you like to the web page. Yes. So you won't see yet like the final web page, because I have to tell you first, after I finish it, the hosting company that I buy or hire for my domain and host, they had a problem with their hard drive in one of their servers, so my account was affected. So every time, like at the moment when I wanted to upload my project, it didn't let me. I tried to log in, and I could never log in like in my administration user, to upload my project. So yeah, they sent me an email. They told me like they had a problem with their hard drive, that because like it's something, it's not software, so they couldn't like fix it at the moment. So it's taking for a while. So for this presentation, I had to make, I wanted to like show you how to look my website on the internet, just doesn't how it looks on my computer. So I started to look for free hosting servers, and I found one. It's called Firebase. It's made by Google. It's free. So the installation was not too difficult. You have to install it from your terminal too. Create an account with Firebase on internet, and then you sync your account with the Firebase account, and you upload everything to your server. The only difference, like they're gonna give you a different URL because the domain you have is not gonna work with them. So it's like a temporary website. So I can show it to you. Meanwhile, the company that the e-hosting company, they fix their problem with their server. So thank you. So this is how it looks, my website. Just made like the logo, picture and header, talking a little bit about mission and vision. Also like for the replacement part, the project was too heavy and the Firebase hosting didn't have like too much space because it's a free account, you know. You have to pay if you want more space on your account. So I just upload like we already have five runs that we sell, but I just upload 2 so you can see how it looks and how it works. Yeah, the map, our social media.
Does your social media take you anywhere?
You just take me again to the web page. I have to check that. Yeah, this is the About Us. I also upload some pictures. I don't know why I didn't upload. But this is the About Us. Talk about the company. Then like the replacement part, we have like the cars, Ford and Chevrolet. These are the ones that I upload. And for example, if you want to see any replacement of, I don't know, Chevrolet Blazer, click here and it show you the replacement parts we have for that car. And you already can see like the price here, and if you want to buy it, just go here and it's going to take you to the Mercado Libre. So this is where you buy it. You know, you can see here like there's the payment option. So a good thing about this website is like, for example, if you don't have an account or anything like that, at the moment you click like buy, and you say like I'm new to sign up, it already stays with you like what you want to buy, you know. So you create your user, and after you do that, it's gonna take you already to the payment option. Because some companies or some websites, like when you are like in a you're looking for a product, you want to buy it, but you have to sign in or sign up, they want to take you to the home page and you have to start looking again for what you was looking for. But this always like stay with you, and you just make the payment and we'll send you to your home. I also made like this big image with Photoshop, just talking about a little bit about the company, what we have, time we work, the company we ship the products, and how to make the shipping and the payment process. So yes, this is my webpage. I'm looking forward to keep working on this because as this is my family business, I want to make it better my web development skills. I think I'm proud of what I did because at the beginning I didn't know too much about JavaScript, that is like the language where you write the website. So yeah, I made it with any software that you can click or something, which was just code and a text editor. So thank you.
Ask if there are any questions.
Any question?
Ask if they have any questions.
If you have like any suggestion, like in design or something like that, you're free to tell me so I can
What-
make better my website.
All right. At this point, we usually break into asking him a few questions, so we would encourage you to maybe ask for clarification, or if it's something you'd like to see, or if you have a question about his project, or what he learned, or how it affected him, we'd be open to those questions. I have one. Can you show the environment in which you did your text editing?
I'm using this computer here, but I download like the whole project. It's right here.
Can you show us what sample code looks like?
Yeah. So you get to the source folder. You're gonna get to the app. There's the application, and as I told you before, like all the websites and all the components is the software is made by components. So you get into the components folder, and you see here like the cars, the contact, home, brand, about us, the replacement part, and also like the shared folder that is where it's located the navigation bar and the folder. I don't know. I can show this. Sentence.
Can you show code on your own machine? On your own machine?
No, I didn't bring it because my computer doesn't have like a VGA, so that's why I uploaded to the drive and download it here now. But I just use like software called Brackets. It's like Notepad, but helps you a little bit more with the codes, the difference, like with colors, what you're doing, the arrays, all the components of the web page.
For those of you who might wonder what he's doing, he's trying to show you his code, but when he opened it with the program that's on that computer, it ran it off as one big giant line. And so he's looking for a different text editor that would put it in more of a vertical view so you could see it.
So it just goes on forever.
Right, and he can't really show you what he wants to show you there, I don't think, because he's got the wrong text editor. And he can't just generate a new program real quick on the machine. He's not on the machine that he worked on.
Yeah, but this is some of the codes that I probably. Most of them is like JavaScript, that's the language.
How long did you work on it?
How long? A lot, because not only like from what I did, but also like from what I watched, because I had to understand first what I was trying to do, you know. So I watched a lot of tutorials, I read a lot, and it was a challenge. Sometimes I try like maybe, oh my god, I'm gonna try another software, or maybe create it with software like WordPress or Joomla that it makes this easier for me. But I know I wanted to keep it to learn about this, so it took me like the class I just put it for 1 credit. It was 40 hours, but it took me maybe 80 hours to do the web page. And I also have another brand, another 2 brands more, but I just had to, I could upload just 2 of them. But like after I did my first run and my first replacement page, it was a little bit easier, you know, because I just replaced the information and I already have like the layout, the design, so.
Do you like to code?
Well, that was one of my questions, you know, like at the beginning of the semester I was wondering like if this is something I could use, I can work on it, you know, after I graduate. But I realized that no, I don't like it too much. I prefer to work on another field of IT. because it's really stressful. Sometimes you type the same thing and it doesn't run. You just delete the dot, put the dot again, and it runs. So it's really, really crazy. And you don't even understand how it works, but it appears, so let's go, let's keep working.
If you were going to do another website, would you stop? Would you do it completely in Angular 2, or would you go with a content management system like WordPress or Joomla?
It depends like what I'm trying to do, you know, because for example I want a functional website, maybe I can give it a try again with Angular or another software that makes me like have more function on my website, because these web pages are more for like blogs, and things like that.
You've done a WordPress site, correct?
Yes.
So you worked in that in a different arena, so you know what it's comparing like.
I made, I'm doing WordPress project with Jeremy in our web development class, and also I made another in.
Can you get to your portfolio? You just showed yesterday? Not that that has much to do with this project, but you,
Let's just go to the, you know, the URL for the
Yeah.
website?
well, not the game site, your
No,
portfolio.
because I couldn't upload it. I don't know.
Um,
We
Well,
tried with
yeah, there's
yesterday
a-
like 2 hours. Tried with Jeremy, but
There's a start
couldn't
in
make
there.
it. So I had to start like a new project, and I'm gonna put all the information I gave
Okay,
on the Leal server. But maybe
That's
I can show you
fine. You don't have to, that's fine.
that. Okay.
Anybody else have any questions? Thank them for coming.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for coming in. If you don't mind giving us your evaluation on that, we have forms that give him some feedback that will help him grow as a professional. And those are always helpful insights. And then at the back page of it, there's our objectives. If you think you saw anything that would match any of our objectives, you just put an X by it. You don't really have to understand what that's about. Just if you think you saw it, just mark it so. So.